What is up, guys? How's it going today? Thanks for joining me, for those of you that have. So I want to talk a little bit about a lot of crazy stuff kind of going on right now. So I guess we'll just break down into it. I don't have a car right now, dude. um, I don't have any car right now. I'm borrowing my mom's car. That's how tough this is right now. And by the way, feel free to comment, ask questions, whatever you guys want. Can you guys hear me cool? Is everything good on your guys' side? If not, throw it in the comments. Let me know. Let's do this. So currently, I don't have a car. I kind of had some plans to borrow somebody's car that was getting a Tesla, and that kind of fell through a little bit. So I'm kind of like sitting back with no car whatsoever. Now thanks guys. ESS, what's up, bro? So I actually have no car. It's cool. I work from home. I work like right here. And so I kind of want to dive into a little bit of details why I kind of sold the car a little bit more. So when I put out that Mom's Whip is not cool. Mom's Whip is like a Honda SUV. It is so not cool, man. What's up, Danny boy? Man flying off cliffs. So yeah, it's totally not cool. And actually, currently right now, I'm driving my ex-girlfriend's Mazda CX-30 Turbo, or yeah, CX-30 Turbo. Is that right? I don't know. It's a turbo SUV all-wheel drive thing. It's pretty cool. But it's not me, dude. And I'm like, it's got like 340 pounds of torque, so it pulls, but it's all low, whatever. So yeah, no car. So I started chasing around, and I kind of come down to a few cars that I really, really, really like. And one of them, I would have to save up a little bit more than I think I'm going to. So I'm going to kind of throw that around. And I know you guys want to see a CT5V Blackwing, but it's just out of my price range. So I'm sorry to get you all hard with that comment, but a CT4V Blackwing might be in my realm. But you gotta understand, I'm kind of a V8 guy. That's a turbo inline six, but I really do like those CT4 Blackwings, and they come in manual, so it kind of fits my thing. I don't know how you guys feel about those cars. They're a little complacent and sealed up, but it's an option. So we're gonna throw that in the new options. A used ZL1 is definitely in the books. Right now, the prices, the cheapest I found a ZL1 for was like a 2018 for like $59K. I'm not kidding, dude. Like, these prices are nuts. And I'm kind of kicking myself in the ass a little bit for not doing this previously when I got the Hot1le, just saved up a little bit more, but nobody could have guessed this. So that's car prices. And then the third car I'm really looking into, and I'm kind of tearing apart a lot more, is it's going to be a Corvette, a 2018 or a 2019. And it's either going to be a Z51 because it's got all the track goodies and good stuff, or it's going to be a Grand Sport. At least that's how it looks right now. So the Grand Sport has the wide body. It looks dope. It's just crazy. It's awesome. They're still LT1s. It's the same engine I had in the Camaro. We all know that. But, it's a little bit different. So I'm kind of throwing around a lot of options. And, of course, the last real option I'm kind of selling on is ordering a 2SS Hot1le. Now, Christopher, what's up, dude? Thanks, man. This is my first live video. I'm so stoked you guys are here. So thank you, every one of you, for actually like showing up and saying what's up and all the good stuff, dude. I love it. Seriously, you guys, like, I didn't expect anybody to show up, so it's kind of cool. So my fourth option is ordering a 2SS Hot1le. Now, this kind of feels weird buying the same car twice, and there's different options I want, obviously being a 2SS. That's in the books, but so everybody's seen Lethal Camaro's videos, I'm sure. Yeah, okay, maybe. And he's saying that the LT2 is going to go into the Camaro. Am I the only one sitting back kind of going, eh? Like, who else here really think that's going to happen? I don't think so. I want to believe that, but I'm not fully content that that's actually going to happen. Now, maybe we'll get the LT2 manifold. Maybe they did some tuning in that previously. There's a chance. He also mentioned in his last video that they did all the emissions testing and everything when they brought out the LT2 Corvette, the C8 Corvette. So Fuzz, I don't think so also. Yeah, Lex, I doubt the LT2 will go in the Camaro. Dude, I like it. It's good news. It's very click worthy. And maybe he's getting, I mean, I really pull apart things when I'm considering buying a car. Like I've gone through his videos to see where his videos are hitting and where they're not. And you got to consider this is like the main source of our information right now. And it's not really hooking very well because nobody else is really saying this. So I go through his videos and all of his high video counts are the ones saying future news 2023 Camaros, the new ZL1s, LT5s. So I'm not talking bad on him or what. So he has his sources. He brings in his information. You got to kind of bounce it off reality and a grain of salt. There's something there though. If he's pushing these videos the way he is and really like bringing out as much as he can, and GM Authority kind of playing with the idea too, I think he's onto something. I think there will be changes. I don't know what that is, but I think it would be kind of stupid for me to order a 2022 Camaro like right now, knowing that there's rumors. Rumors suck. We saw the Supra didn't get the manual, so rumors suck. It's confirmed the LT2 and the Camaro. PJ, drop a link to a GM source. I need a source. We need sources, man. We need facts. I can't go on rumors. I can't. But I'm willing to wait to find out. Would Chevy do much with what is basically a dead platform? You know, technically it is a dead platform in a sense. Chevy never officially said we're killing the Camaro at this time. They did say they're not going to put resources into it. So we're basing this all on rumors, and the Ford Mustang with the 5.0 is actually going to continue on another generation. So Ford's keeping the 5.0 around to kind of mesh over with the electric Mustang, get people used to it, and then kind of move you on. I thought about Mustangs too. I've had too many of them, guys. I just don't want another Mustang. I don't really care for the 5.0. It's cool up top, but down low, it's just not that V8 juice that I want, you know? So I don't know if Camaro is completely a dead platform in reality, but everybody's shifting electric, and that's going to be the reality of it. So I kind of got some options for cars. The LT2, I don't know, guys. I want to give you guys good news about that. I've tried to do everything I can, pulling sources from different places, talking to different people that are more in the know. And you got to understand, people aren't going to release this information. And a big part of it is because their job's on the line. When you work for a company that has brand new information that is public, meaning you're a publicly traded company, you can't release that information because it could do kind of inside trading is kind of the aspect about it. So that's why they can't release that information. Their job's on the line, and quite possibly jail time if you read the contracts. I had to sign things like this before, so nobody's going to give us news with their name on it right now. It's just going to be rumors and little things like that. Blackwing is the move, man. I'm thinking so. I think so. I like them, but I like a rude V8 too, and the Camaro's, still doing it. A lot of talk from car carriers transport into Ontario, Canada. That's interesting. I need more talk. Give me more juice. Come on. Send me on IG something. LT2, the Camaro would be great, but for me, it's ZL1 or ZL6 at this point. I was going to pre-order a ZL6, but I don't know yet. I looked into a C8 because they are in my price range. C8s are in my price range, and I've watched a ton of videos of these things, but to get it to where I want to be, it's going to be out of my price range. It's also an automatic. I know, guys, the 10 speeds and the transmission that's in the C8 is like worlds different than I'm used to, but I'm a 90s kid. I grew up on manuals. It doesn't die inside of you. That's just the next generation just pulls on. I don't know what to say. It just doesn't go away. Manual drivers it speaks to us, man. So that's kind of a little bit of news. I also want to mention, I talked to GM Corporate one last time before everything was getting sold and kind of everything came up. Actually, after I sold the car, and they kept calling me like 3 times. So I said, I'll probably dig into this and just see what they said. And long story short, it's the same runaround. I did ask them officially, said, what is your official statement on track usage with the 1LE? And I wanted to know this because I wanted to know if I was being denied warranty or if I was being denied a fixed fee based upon that, or if I was doing it based upon anything else. And the lady, totally clueless. Keep in mind, I've been talking to them back and forth for a while, more than I've ever wanted. And they're scared to actually give out statements. These people are not paid to give out statements. These people are paid to just kind of like smooth out the situation and get you to shut up and move on. She said there's no official statement on track usage with your car. We're not denying anything based upon your track usage or the notes that were written by the dealer for tracking the car. And that was on one of my work orders. I could show you guys. You can read in my previous videos. I tracked that son of a bitch and I brought it right back to the dealership the next day. And that was stupid because I had the problem beforehand. I didn't wash the car. I took off the numbers and stuff, but it needed to be washed. It needed its back seats put back in. That was my bad. But GM officially said, or the corporate actually told me that no, there's no official statement on that. So we're not denying you for that. However, they went ahead and just went with kind of like, yeah, it's a wear and tear item, and that's just kind of is what it is. And I said, okay, and we kind of went our ways, and that was the official conversation with us. So they're not officially denying me on track usage, and I want you guys to know that. They're going to take this case-by-case situation, but I know we've all read the articles. GM's going to cover everything if you're on the track and everything, but there's guys that don't even track their cars that don't even get things covered. So it's just get a good dealer, just get a good service guy and take care of your car yourself, and you'll have a very enjoyable experience with these cars. What happened to the Dodge Challenger wide body idea? I don't think it'll fit my garage, man. Or you saw I hit the Camaro in the garage once, and I technically hit my mom's car that I just got in the garage. That's how bad I am, or whatever the hell's going on. It was fine though. I didn't damage that car. But I could just see me taking out curbs in a wide body. I like those Dodges, but I'm not. I need to turn fast. I need to pull a G in a car, not a half a G. Gone in 60. What's up, dude? Amazing channel. Excited to see what's next, brother. What's up, dude? Guys, go check out Gone in 60's channel. He is a homie. He actually shares a lot of the ideas with me. He's driven the Challenger, Camaro, Mustang. He shares the same concepts I do with these cars and how and why we enjoy them. So good channel. Check him out. What's up, brother? Thank you for checking me out, coming in, man. ZL1 1LE will definitely be a cool upgrade. Now, I agree with that wholeheartedly. Actually, I have a buddy that's selling a ZL1 1LE for a really good price right now. He offered me, and it's not the color I want, but it is a ZL1 1LE, and I considered it. But the truth is, yeah, that'd be an awesome car. That's all there is to it. It's not a good dailyable car, but like I said, I'm not driving a lot, so I'm kind of looking for just performance aspects. And I kind of feel like the ZL1 might be a little bit better of a car than a ZL1 LE on canyons and possibly on the type of tracks that I drive. I could be incorrect. I know it's balls to the walls car, and it would be awesome. It's a possibility, but I think the ZL1 would kind of fit a little bit better, considering it's pretty much a 1LE with a supercharger at that point. I'm glad I have manual fans in here. What's up, guys? Manual drivers. That's what I'm talking about. So yeah, a manual is too much fun not to get one. I totally agree, SS. Manual is a must-have. It really is. We had, I don't know if my buddy's watching this right now, but he bought an automatic 1LE. And I've seen those cars on the track on YouTube and stuff, and they rip, dude. Those things haul ass. They're taking up cars. He bought it for the wrong reasons. He bought an automatic because he drove too much, but he still bought a 1LE. It's not a car you buy if you drive a lot, and you don't compromise with the transmission, in my opinion. You do what you want, buy whatever you want, but it's going to be costly. You're going to go through tires. You're going to go through a hell of a lot of gas. You're going to want to align it. You're going to want to push it, and it's not the greatest daily driver in that respect if you're driving a lot of miles. So don't compromise with the transmission, compromise on the car. It's a balls to the walls car. If you want it for that automatic to haul ass on the track, then yeah, totally. If it's going to speak to you and you truly want the manual, get the manual, guys. Even with my clutch problems and what I've had in my experience, get the manual. It happens. I've seen other guys replace their clutches at 30,000, 20,000. it happens. I don't know why. I feel like the clutches are maybe hit or miss, but I don't want to focus too much on that. I love the car to death, and I feel like I'm negatively talking about it way too much. And maybe my last video did that too much, and it kind of breaks my heart a little bit because I don't feel that way. You push cars, you got to fix them and move on. This dude's all Bizuti. Oh, what's up, Q the Chaotic? Hey, that's another one of my channels. This guy goes through cars way faster than I have. I've gone through 11 cars in my life. This guy must have gone through like 600. Check out Q the Chaotic. What's up, brother? But yes, gotta have a manual. Zodi, Team ZL1. I feel you, dude. I'm with you on that. Horrible gas mileage, but who cares, right? Save the manuals all the way, dude. Another ZL1. People love the ZL1. Big J, yeah, people are getting allocations, and allocations kind of depend on your dealer and how long it's really going to take. Some dealers can get them in a few months, sometimes 6 weeks. It just depends on the dealer. See if you could shoot around the forums and see if you could find a dealer that can get an allocation faster. That's really what you need to do. Once you get it in at timing right now, you should be able to get a car within 6 months at the max. I've seen people get them even sooner, like 8 weeks or so. It's something I've been really closely watching. Prices as well. We need to talk about car prices. Holy sh. Yeah, daily in a manual 1LE is not hard. The manual's so easy on that car. There's so much download power. It's not an issue. And smiles per gallon, that's totally what it's all about. That's you know, Q, you were looking at the CT5 Blackwing. That's way too much money for me. The CT4V Blackwing could possibly work out. Now, one thing you guys kind of give me this is saying you're going to miss the 1LE. You sold the 1LE. You're going to totally miss it. I'm going to tell you this right now. I did, and I do. That video I recorded for you guys on the last video is really me right before the driver came and picked it up. And I have that last video where he picks it up, gets on the truck, and I do the sell. It's coming. I haven't felt like myself since I've sold that car. And it's because I don't have a car, and it's a bitch to get around. Like I'm like bumming rides, and I got Lyft and stuff. Like it's stupid. Like I get a motorcycle right now and just, you know, whatever. And I'm considering that. But I want to tell you guys how much I got back on the car. So I originally put down $4,000 of my own money on the 1LE 2 years ago. I bought December of 2019. I put $4,000 of my own money, and the other 5 or so grand that came down was from the down payment on my Mustang and positive equity I had in it. So essentially like $9,000. I sold the car, and I sold it. I actually technically traded in. I didn't sell it to an individual because you guys kind of know about what was going on. And I got some money back. So after my payoff, and I know it's not good to flaunt and talk about this, but I want to kind of like explain myself a little bit. And basically the check that I got back after my payoff was $13,500. So $13,500. So it was just like, here, you can go fix your clutch, and you can go register the car for $600 and make your monthly payment this month. So you also need tires. So I was like $7,000 to get me back into where I wanted to be with the car, operating and everything happily. And it's cool. I had the money. But in my heart, it just kind of made sense to kind of take the check, dude, and run. And now I'm kind of in this weird, awkward situation where car prices are too high. If I buy something right now, prices are going to drop on the used market in the next 6 months to a year. You're going to start seeing that deflate as more cars get out. And GM's pushing out cars. They're removing seat heaters, things like that from vehicles, mostly from the Silverados, the higher end things as well. They haven't taken too much from the Camaro. There was no PDRs to order last month in the country. You couldn't get PDR on these cars, which is weird. So if you placed one, you might be sitting, and somebody mentioned their allocation. If your allocation is still sitting, check on what options you have and what's available, because if it's not available, your allocation is just going to sit. You have to pull that off for them to be able to pull that, because now it has the full equipment. So I'm not sure if they got PDRs back in, but that was an option that was actually like just non-existent. You couldn't order one with it. So there's none in the country. It's freaking weird, dude. A big ass red ZL1. Yeah, I agree. Um, it's going to be a wait for me at least 3 months. I want to see what GM says about 2023 Camaro ordering. If 2023 Camaro gets a power bump or LT2 or something like significant, it's going to be hard for me to say, no, I want a Corvette with an LT1 in it, an older Corvette. It's just going to be what it is. I'm going to drift to another 1LE. So it's a great car, guys. You should I keep it. I just miss it. That's all there is to it. Looks like PDR is back in, but constrained. Cool. Race Car Friends. So Race Car Friends is my, what's up, homie? Check out the Chan, by the way. He's pushing the new 2023. I think it is Golf R. I think it's 2023, not 2022. So I know this channel is all about GM and everything. A lot of you guys are like GM or like your V8s and stuff, and I'm with you. I really like the new Golf R. I feel like I would break those cars though. I feel like I would break them. I mean, I'm take care of my car's tip-top shape, but Volkswagen has the weirdest things. I went and test drove a GTI. I test drove 3 GTIs 4 times, and I got used to the power just doing the test drive. A blast to drive, but I got used to those cars. So I thought a Golf R would be cool, but I don't really like all-wheel drive. I like rear-wheel drive. So Camaro kind of fits in the scenario. I looked at Mach 1s. The prices are absurd. I'd rather just get a 1LE. But you know, that's kind of the gist. I don't really have too much more to talk about. I kind of feel like I covered what I wanted to cover. If you guys got any questions for me or anything about in the videos, go ahead and just shoot them out. I'm happy to answer anything. But I had a blast driving with everybody that I've driven this past year. I have driven in the canyons with so many people and people that are here right now, like LS1 Monster. What's up, bro? Like right there. He was in the passenger seat of ZL1 that went over the cliff in my previous video. And he was coming up the hill just covered in dirt. And I'm trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I'm like, what is going on, dude? I reached out to my hand. And he grabbed my hand. He's covered in dirt climbing up this hill from a crashed ZL1 right in front of me that I saw like 5 minutes ago. And anyways, he's the homie. He lives. I'm proud of you, dude, for living, because that day would have been so jacked up if anything happened. Yeah, it's hard to find a replacement. That's the problem. Everybody wants me to go up. A lot of people are hitting me up like, hey, dude, you should buy this car or that car, but they're not kind of like looking at like the price, because prices matter. Now, a big thing that's coming up kind of in my life right now that's putting kind of a slight hampering on things, but maybe not, is I might buy a condo here in Southern California. And that takes a lot of money, and they also want to not see loans. So I might be exploring that in the next couple months. So it also kind of plays in with my whole timeline and waiting for the 2023 Camaro news. So hopefully we get some good official news with that. So I'm looking at least 3 months until I have a final decision. Now, there's one thing that's going to stop that. I am shooting out prices to dealers that I think are more reasonable for C7 Corvettes. And I'm doing this all over the country. So if prices start coming down and a dealer sees like, hey, we got this one guy that says he'll pay this for this freaking red GS in red or white, then that might actually work out. I might actually go snag the car as soon as I can. But prices are crazy, dude, guys. You see 7s for 2-3 years are going for brand new prices. It's fucked up. A lot of new cars on the way. Exactly. I think I'm smart just waiting here. Crush, I appreciate it, man. Another 1LE is in the books. C7 7-speed trips me up. See, I need to play a little bit more with it because I know the active rev match only hits once you're inside the gear, whereas on the Camaro, it's before you get in the gear, which actually makes sense before you go through the gates. So in a lot of ways, the Camaro is actually a little better than the C7. I don't know how you guys feel about C7 content. I'm going to do kind of the same stuff, but I plan to really up the next car videos and bring some kind of new aspects, new camera footage, new cameras, just everything involved to make it a more a whole experience rather than just like my kind of personal experience. I want you to be able to see like the whole aspect of what's going on. I mean that from the canyon crushing to the track experiences to everything I can get into it. And I mean, I'm taking photography classes and things like that, so I can kind of release more of a art into it, I guess. I know it's just a car channel, guys, but it's how I am. It's what I do. So what if you can get me in a new Mach 1 for around 50K? You know, I don't know, because the base Mach 1s still come with cloth seats, and that's a huge no for a 50K car. It would have to have leather and probably that upgraded suspension thing. If you could do that at 50K, I'd totally entertain that. But yeah. Yeah, motorcycle is definitely in the books. It's definitely in the books. I'm getting told by everybody, but I got a lot of back canyons here I could drive through. I also have the weirdest luck. You guys gotta notice I have weird freaking luck. Like you guys saw, there's footage. I have tons and terabytes of footage of me driving and us driving, and so many freaking close calls. A time I was going through a blind turn with a crew behind me, a motorcycle, and another 1LE, actually Danny on here as well. And this truck was going up a hill full semi and decided on the outside of the blind turn that he's going to turn into this rest stop, cutting over the double yellow lanes. And I wasn't full on smashing at this time, but I was going quick. And I stood on my brakes and went around this dude. And I swear, had it been another like 3 or 4 seconds, like that would have been it for the Camaro right there. It would have been, you guys would have eaten that footage up. It would have been juicy, but you know, I wanted to live. So I'm glad you support the Grand Sport. What about the Z51? I feel like the Z51 Corvette is an underdog. It's got all the cooling and stuff that it needs for track purposes, the extra vents and everything. It just doesn't have the extra wide body. I think the Z51 is a little bit of like kind of like a 1LE in its aspect, that it's kind of not really well known, but it has all the full capabilities there. I know the Grand Sport's cooler and looks cooler. I feel you. I feel something about it. Oh, what's up, Engineering Jay? I miss Sundays too. I miss Sundays with you. I miss driving with you guys. Engineering Jay sold his Camaro and bought an economical car for very good reasons. And I totally support him. And sometimes that's what we have to do. A long time ago, I had to sell a car. I was very close with a Mustang GT Track Pack, and I had to get a Mazda 3 for the next 5 years because I blew out my entire finances so horribly with losing jobs. The economy crashed. And yeah, that's another video for another time, but I more or less really had to let things go, F my credit, and rebuild all the way back up to modern day times where I'm doing fine. So I don't know where I'm going on with this. Engineering Jay, I love you, man. Thank you for stopping by. Hi, Janella. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Hi. Think of the content, man. I know. I think of the content. Trust me. Let's go halfsies on a C806. You know, if we could figure that out, I would be all down for it. But you hit a lot of potholes with your 1LE that I didn't hit. So I'm just throwing that out there, bro. The Z51 is cheaper on the consumables. I think it's the better track car for that respect. Maybe not higher capabilities, but you replace the tires, you kind of do the fender linings and stuff like that, and you have pretty much a Grand Sport almost. Grand Sports are extremely nice. There's actually one up the street from me. It's a 2019 manual, white with red seats. They want $77,000 for that car. It's not like a Z nothing. It's a Grand Sport. It's got like 7,000 miles on it. It's not worth 77 grand. So I go over there and I just tease them, tell them I'll pay it for this price when you're ready for it. That's all I can do. Yeah, Grand Sports do have cracked wheels. I also read about that. Also the rotors, but I think the Z51 has the same rotors. So that's warping rotors is a thing on those cars. Funny enough, we don't have that on the 1LEs. I think it's because, and I could be wrong, but I think the Camaros have steel rotors, where I think Camaros or the C7s are lighter metal or whatever. So yeah, they get warpage and pulsation. So that's a thing, and they're pretty expensive. Yeah, we us Camaro guys do kind of fall back on economic cars from time to time because the 1LE was a very uneconomic car as far as tires. Like I went through tires every 6 months, and that was $1,100 to $1,300. California registration is like $600, and then gas is what it is. It's not an economical car, so people get a little shocked when they're not used to that, and they kind of want to run to the grass is always greener and pee on the other guy's fence. And it's not always greener, man. Sometimes it hurts to drive that economical car when you're getting gapped by that Toyota Tacoma. I hate those trucks. God, the drivers too. So yeah, us Camaro guys do have those patterns. Those V8 guys got those patterns. Nick, what's up, bro? About to pull a trigger on a 1LE. Is it 100%? I think you meant to say reliable. Currently coming from a Type R, and he does track any issues with your 1LE except for clutch issue you had. And thank you for the great content. Thank you for the compliment, brother. No other issues with my 1LE. I drive with a lot of other 1LE guys, and I kind of go out of my way to want to meet these guys and talk to them and kind of see how their cars are. Of course, just meet them as people and, kind of grow the community that's out there. And nobody really has issues. The main problems I've seen with 2020 so far, the main issues is the backup camera sometimes doesn't turn on, and they replaced the harness for that. I had that issue actually come up a few times. It's annoying. My other buddy that's in here had that same issue. We were both manuals. I don't know if the autos get that or not, but it basically comes with the red X on the screen. I never even pursued it because I don't want the dealer to touch my car anymore, and they need it. And I didn't really care, but it seemed like it always happened in those dire situations where you're backing up at like Disneyland. There's 50 cars on each side of you, and it's nighttime, and so. Whatever, though. I don't care. 77 for a GS. Yeah, that's right. I can show you it hurts my heart, guys. But yes, the 1LEs are reliable cars. The Camaros are reliable cars. Change your fluids, and for 90% cases, they're going to be good. GM has a lawsuit going through, a class action lawsuit. They have a few of them. And one of them is for all the 6.2 liter V8s. So yes, a few people have had to replace their engines prematurely, and GM has done it. They have some weird warranty rules with it, and that's kind of the quirky thing. The 5.0s have problems too. All of them do. All makers have problems. I think the truth is the Camaro is very reliable, and I can say that. And I'd say go get a 1LE Camaro. You're gonna love it, especially if you track it. You can beat the hell out of those things, and they're just gonna hold up. You just change fluids. But all cars are going to have their problems, especially if you track them and push them. So pick what you like the most. But I would say the Camaro is extremely reliable in that aspect, especially for tracking, by all means. Crush, he's looked at the Nissan Z a lot. I assume the new one. It seems like a sick car. Not sure how to be on track, though. The new Z is a Q6 V6 turbo engine with the old 370 frame and all that good stuff. So it's still an outdated car, but updated. It still has huge potential and super cool, and I like what they did with it. The 90s retro look in the back, which a lot of people hate, whatever. It's a cool car, man. I would get one. I've sat in 370s, and it's a joke. Like, I got really long legs. It's not going to happen, guys. I'm 6'4". I'm not going in a Z. And I know you're going to tell me you have a friend that's taller and they totally work, but I'm not your friend. I'm not that guy. I need to be comfortable. I like my American cars. Beck, been experiencing the backup camera issues recently. It's common. It is. Nick, you also meant is a 1LE also a dailyable. It is a dailyable, and I kind of just previously mentioned that. Just watch out for, if depending on how you're going to do it, you can get another set of tires if you like, or you can use the stock supercar 3s. They're a little expensive. They wear down a little quick, but for the most part, yes, very dailyable car. The 1LE is meant to be a dailyable track car. It's specifically made for that. Now, because of that, it edges more on the track than it does the dailyability. Than some cars that fit more dailyability with a little bit of track. This is a track car with dailyability. So it sacrifices on the dailyability for the track performance, which I would say if you're a track driver is the car you want to get. Yes, very much. Be a little bit weaker on gas than your Type R though. The Type R is a nice car though. I like those too. So yeah, there are people here. I'm watching from Chile, but I'm Kurdish. I'm looking forward to your new car. My favorite is the ZL1, but it should have a current face. I don't know why they haven't done that with the Zs. I like the ZL1s a lot, guys. It's an option. I feel like the SS1LE is a better track car, depending on the track that you go to. The ZL1 fits bigger, faster, up higher speed tracks and like kind of your tighter, more technical courses. I like the tighter technical stuff. If you want to talk about the canyons, I like Little Tahunga over Big Tahunga or Big T. I like the high speed runs, but I also like just this tighter, more technical, try not to fly off the cliff kind of scenarios. And I think the 1LE fits that a little bit better than a ZL1 with all that big boy power. But I'm not against it again. So trading it, I'm convincing my friend to trade in his BRZ or Z. Do it. Hell yeah. BRZ is a little bit down on power. Great cars, so much fun. They're just down on power. That's my only gripe. I wish I could race car friends. I wish I could fit inside the STI comfortably because the car is a lot of fun, twisty roads and the track too. I bought a 2016 WRX and I sold it in 6 months. And those seats sit so high, it feels like you're on a stool. I like the car, turbo noises. It looked cool. It was World Rally Blue with tint. I sold it in 6 months, dude. It was so uncomfortable for me. I had like leg pain. It was made for the Japanese mind and body, or for the smaller guy in mind. And that's cool. And it fits what it is. I love those cars. I would probably own an STI if that was the case. But again, all-wheel drive is not my thing, but I totally love those cars. I love the way they sound. It's just too bad. I'm just a freak. So sell everything, live out of a 911 GT3. Oh man. Yeah, it'd make good content. I'll tell you that. Sleeping in my GT3 in downtown LA, that's good stuff. One of these like a big Miata. It's like a big ass Miata. It really is. It's a Miata with a V8 and a lot more weight. And you feel that weight. It's, what's really been weird is I've been driving around these import cars and they're a lot less weight and you totally recognize it driving around. It's kind of nice having a little bit lighter of a car. But man, I miss that 1LE. I miss that V8. I miss all of it. Yeah. How much more worth it is 2 SS1LE versus 1 SS1LE from Tice La Bomba. Okay. So basically, is it worth it getting a 2 SS1LE over a 1 SS1LE? The main things that you were missing, is the better stereo, the lighting inside, the backup camera in your rear mirror, which is actually like a video presentation. Those are the 3 really main things you miss out on. Now, a few other things you get is like more padding on the door. Oh gosh. More padding on the door. The knee pads are obviously there, which you can swap out anyways. And the option to get like a sunroof. For the most part, it also has some braking assist kind of thing and stuff like that, whatever. It depends on you. The 1LE stereo is less than a 1SS. So the 1LE means one less equipment, which means trying to hold back weight. And because of that, they don't have an amp for the stereo. So it's all done through the head unit, where a 1SS actually has an amp in the trunk. So your 1LE stereo is even more lackluster than the normal 1SS is. So with that said, it wasn't that bad. They put big speakers up front. It delivers good enough bass, but it does leave a little bit. You want something. And once you see the lighting in the Camaros, if you're a guy that likes that kind of stuff, it's hard to pass up. I want a 2SS 1LE because I want a sunroof, blaze roof. I want a sunroof in my car, and I think that's what it comes down to. I really like the lighting too. I'm a sucker, and I like good stereos. I know it's a performance car, it's a track car, but I'm getting old. I like heated seats as well. That's an option. Heated and ventilated seats. By the way, they're not any lighter. They're about, I think, 100 to 200 pounds lighter than a 2SS versus the 1SS 1LE. So there's not much weight difference. You're not going to lose any performance. So don't worry about it. Blind spot monitoring, Sean, thank you for mentioning that. Race Car Friends, peace out. Thanks for stopping by, brother. Check out his channel, Race Car Friends. Cool homie I haven't talked to. Mentioned the Prius, heated and cooled seats. Yes, guys. Or technically ventilated, not cooled. Yes, 1LE is one less equipment. Yeah, not as cool anymore, is it? But that's what it is. Nick also asked, did they ever make a kit to make the 1SS 1LE seat heaters and coolers work? They made, if you go on the Gen 5 DIY site, they made the wiring for the ventilated seats. As you know, the Recaros already have the vents in them. They did make the wiring for the ventilation. They haven't done the heater. They had plans to do that, and then COVID hit, and now we haven't heard anything. And I heard it's quite a bit more tricky, so I don't think we're going to be seeing that soon. I've asked about it. It's just in the works. A Viper, too nostalgic for me. Actually, I saw a Viper today. I couldn't believe it. It pulled up right next to me. I said, what? You don't see Vipers, and you don't see Vipers out here because they're older and you got a lot of rich people that just want to get like super high end look at me cars. And this dude was driving a Viper right next to me. And I was like, what do I got to do to be that guy? It's like anytime you're in any car and you're sitting there, you're always going to pull, like the guy with the crazy car is always going to pull up to you and just like make your car feel insignificant. And you got to think like, how do I do that? And that's how I've gotten here, at least to be able to afford this. Cause I don't know, a lot of you guys can afford Camaros just living with your parents and stuff. But at 18, I had to figure it out on my own. So for me to buy like a nearly $50,000 car was like, it was weird. It was weird. It took a lot for me to actually admit I wanted to do that kind of payment. But anyways, you guys got some funny comments. Would you have a 1LE or a Z28? The 1LE. Yeah. I have a buddy that has the 5th gen Z28, and it's red actually as well. And he had a 1LE. He actually sold his 1LE, kept his Z28 because he preferred the Z28. I would have done the same thing because the Z28 is a special car. There's a lot less of them. You hold on to those. He tracks it too. But I feel like the 1LE is a better car. It's built on a better platform. And if you look at the times, it's right there with the Z28, if not a little bit faster. So it's a comparable car, but you get the better amenities inside. The Camaro, you don't have to option a AC or something ridiculous like that. So the Z28, though, if you have one, just hold on to it. It's going to be worth tons of money as time goes, no matter what you do with it. Lex worked goddamn hard for, yeah. Injury J, knowing my luck, I would blow a head gasket. Yeah, you will. You'll blow a head gasket on your Prius, dude. I don't even know if that's possible, but you're gonna find a way. But hey, you're an engineer, you can fix it, right? That's how we do it. Dude, you got the worst luck with cars. 5th gen Z28s, wish I had one of those. We all do, Sean. It's a gift to be able to look at this guy's car when he shows up to Cars and Coffee, or I've gone to meet up with him once or twice. I like him. We all like him. Chicago Lane Changers, honestly, not feeling the 1LE no more. Probably going to go with a Spark. Yeah, dude, do that. Um, yeah, yeah. Yeah, Tesla's people have, I kind of looked at electric cars and Teslas. I looked at the new Mustang, and I didn't do this purposely. They were there. I got nothing for these cars, guys. People are like, they're so innovative and they're breaking grounds. I remember when I was a kid and I was driving a remote control car going, why the hell can't people do this? Look how fast this damn thing is. It's electric. And I don't have to put gas in it, because we had gas electric RC cars and crap like that. I sound older than I am, but it's true, dude. And the electrics kicked ass. You just had to keep replacing the batteries and charging them, and they drained in time, and that sucked. But that's all Tesla did, is they brought like the computer and the RC car together and put the controller as the human in it and called it a day. And those cars have progressed. They have. Fire departments had issues with them when they first started crashing and going on fire and grounding out in certain ways. And Tesla has fixed those things. They're still a new automaker, and they still have those things and issues and paint issues and body panel issues, everything that our cars have as well. But I'm still a gas engine guy, and it's not because of an environmental this or that. It's because I just like the way they sound and perform, and the way the car speaks to you. Teslas aren't going to speak to you. Okay, when you step on the pedal and you go in the seat, you're like, that's cool. Then it dies out, and you're just like still sitting there. Unless you spend $100,000, it's not going to do anything for you. So whatever. Sorry to hate on you Tesla lovers, guys, but I have resentment. No, but it's good. It's good. Electric cars are out. Thoughts on the LT5 Camaro rumors before Camaro exits stage right? This is kind of in the same bucket as the LT2 news for the SS. And, Lethal put out that thing. They renewed the nameplate of the LT5, which doesn't really, I think they're going to do that anyways, whether they sold it or not. I'm real about things. I'm a realist. I don't try to like buy into rumors. And I'd have to say that it's still a rumor at this point. These rumors look good. Rumors have looked good in the past. And the car industry continually likes to tease us and give us and tell us they're going to give us things that we're really going to like and enjoy. And then they come up and it's watered down. And we see that with every single time with the new WRX launch, when we see, the concept cars, we see this all the time. So that's why I try to be a little bit more of a realist about it. It hurts my heart that that's how it is, but I don't know if the LT5 is going to make it in the Camaro. I want to say yes, and I want to tell you guys that yes. So I want to believe. I want to believe as much as the LT2. I just don't know. I don't know. I don't think so, but I'll leave it at that. What do you guys think about the electric Mustang? It's just White Boy Vision. Is that your name? What do we think about the electric Mustang? Yeah, I'm not about it, man. I'm glad it can hold like Coke and soda really well in its frunk. And other than that, you could barbecue out of it, I guess. Make it smell like some ribs. Teslas are like a roller coaster. Yeah. Martinez, Jero, dude, guys, I am horrible with names. Don't ever try to. I'm horrible with names. Sup, dude? What's up, brother? Just got a 22 1LE. Anything basic I should know to keep it healthy? Oil change has already been done after the first 1,500 miles, just under 2,000 miles. Well, good job on doing your first oil change. You want to keep your car healthy and alive, keep it the hell out of the dealership. Find yourself a nice performance shop that works on GM vehicles, knows Camaros, Corvettes. If you're not doing the service yourself, you could do that yourself if you know what you're doing. But otherwise, find that you're going to have a lot better experience. I would change your differential fluid as well. You have a 1LE, look at the high performance manual. That's going to tell you what you need to do if you're going to track the car. And I believe they suggest replacing that diff fluid. It's either 500 or 1,500 miles, and then you replace it after your first track day or so many hours of time. So the way I did it, I replaced that 500 miles. I replaced it at 1,000 miles, and then I replaced it again, I think, at about 15,000 miles. So your diff fluid is pretty much your only thing. If you're going to track it, you're gonna flush the .3 and put in .4 fluid, and that's it. Just keep up with the fluids, man. You'll be good. Do your trans. If you drive it hard after like 20, 30,000 miles, you'll be good, man. First electric car was circa 1890. Yeah, that's actually funny. There was hemp vehicles produced out of hemp cellulose, ran on hemp biofuel back in Henry Ford days. The oil companies crushed those things because they were not going to have that. And electric cars were even alive way back before. They had a car that ran on water at one time. And we've been pushed oil, and we've been pushed big oil, and these companies know that. They put out their own reports saying that they know that, and they talk about what was the global warming thing and everything. I'm not going to get too much into politics, but they've put out their own reports saying that they know their vehicles and production contribute towards that. So it's no longer a myth. Our automakers, which push these vehicles, also say those things, and that's factual data. But is electric better? I think the whole idea is we got to look at, rather than consuming and how we can consume more different things, we need to look at how we can consume less. So maybe holding on to your V8s in your manuals for a longer period of time is the more economical sense than rather buying a brand new car and just keep on reproducing for the big machine. Maybe it's a good idea to hold on to your cars, and as you do that, their values will continue to skyrocket. So I won't get too much more on that. I'm sorry I went off on a tangent, guys. Slasher in Suits, what's up, brother? Congrats on the live stream. It's going off in here. Viper pulled up like trying to race. Dude, I was in a Honda like Pilot or something, HRV or something. Guys, check out Slasher in Suits. This is my brother from when I was like in elementary school. This dude does kill counts on his channel. He's like, what, 10,000 subscribers are you at right now, man? Keep up the good work, brother. Kinzer, you're a homie to me, man. Thanks. I got delivery. Oh, Conan's here too. Hey, calm down. Yeah, the whole LT2, LT5, Tice Bomba. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen either. An oil catch can. You guys could look into those if you're gonna modify your car. Hey, come here. There you go. If you're gonna mod your car, throw in a catch can. Otherwise, stock. It doesn't really matter. Yeah, the light baby blue on the new Camaros does look amazing. Cherry tint coat. Somebody else mentioned here. Shiro. That's a very nice color. Seen it in person. Yeah. Agreed. I'm definitely keeping away from the dealer. I have a reliable guy already. Perfect. You're going to enjoy your ownership experience. Once electric becomes saturated in the market and become common to buy used, it'll work out. Still keeping my Camaro forever, though. Hold on to these cars, guys, because this is the last V8s, and I know I keep throwing this around. Everybody keeps saying this, but in 30 years, when all these YouTube videos are dissolved and some kids out there doing, whatever the hell's out at the time, you're going to have something special that doesn't exist anymore, and an experience that people no longer have. And you will have that, and you will have that value to pass on to whoever you want at that time. So do what you want, but consider it, because I regret, yes, selling my 1LE in this moment. You guys all heard it from me. There you go. I regret it. It hurts, but I'm going to make up for it, so I hope. Pizza's here, LS1. Peace out, brother. I think that means you're out. Tice, love you, homie. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to answer just a few more questions here before I peace out. We're going on almost an hour. I'm standing the whole time because I hurt my back from sitting, whatever. So I'm trying to buy a 2010 Camaro SS manual, but I don't know how to find it. Good luck with finding used cars right now and the price you want to find. Car Gurus, all that, you're going to have to search nationwide right now. It's not all going to be local. Cars are hard right now, especially used cars. So check the forums as well, the Camaro 5 forums, and see if people are selling. It's hard right now, man. A few more questions here. A lot of love for the Rapid Blue up in here. Pyrobano 1LE, bro. Do I say that right? Pyrobano? I don't know, but I remember your name is Fettuccine. I was kidding. Alfredo, what's up, brother? He's another brother of mine. He actually drove down here from Vegas to come drive with the crew. I think he had some friends to meet up and stuff out here too. And he did a canyon run with us, which was a kind of a crazy day. Totally cool running into you. And I actually found him. I just happened to have to go to the hospital out in Nevada, not for myself. And I saw his car in the parking lot, and I pulled up my IG, and his picture was there on my IG, and I was like, "What the hell's going on here?" Him and I've been homies since. So cool, dude. Check out his IG. Cool guy, man. Thanks for stopping by, brother. So I joined late. So a lot of people joined late, and I'll get to it. Yes. Engineering Day, thank you for stopping by, brother. I appreciate all your support, man, and I hope to see you on the canyons or just meet up. We don't have to go drive. I can meet you at the go-kart races in Irvine if you want, dude, because I got a few other guys that want to do that too. So maybe we could do a crew thing and do the bizzle. So at least that way we can all afford it, right? Not blowing out tires or lips on the canyon. Firebon, I'm glad you didn't end up in the ditch that day. The thing is, a lot of people hit me up in my comments like, "Hey, can we go drive with you and stuff?" And when you hit the canyons, and I've been a little bit more reluctant as time has gone. At first, I was totally open, and everybody can just come drive with me, or us. It's not a me, and I got to realize that not everybody is canyon. Doesn't understand canyon etiquette or have experience with driving their vehicles that way. And it's not all about speeding. It's just you need to know what's going on in canyon. You need to be really aware because rocks fall, cars do stupid things. There's accidents in the canyons. It's safe and it's not safe. It's for certain people and it's definitely not for certain people. I had a guy come out with his kid once and he was cool and everything. And I thought everything was cool, but I never heard from him again. And I think we might have driven a little aggressively for him. Cool guy and everything, but guys, I understand. There's dudes that drive canyons every day. We'll go up there in the snow, slow I-4, which I don't think is on here. He's on my IG. He does that stuff like every day, like it's his life. I got respect for that because he never went over, even in the snow. The dude's out there, so yeah, it's a lifestyle. So I try not to let everybody go with us anymore. I try to give like a kind of a nice little. You got to drive safe and at your own limit things. But as time went on, I kind of started shaving off a little bit on that and trying to do a little bit more tighter groups. We were getting like, 15, 16 people at 5 a.m., out in LA. So people were waking up at 4 o'clock, 4:30 to go do these canyon runs. And amazing to see people that actually care that much and love driving that much and felt what I felt for that experience. And everybody coming out made it that much better for me. So I'm not done. All this is not done. The next canyon runs are coming. I don't leave this. I've tried leaving this. I end up back into it. It's my one hobby I continually keep going back to. So yeah, the canyon runs aren't done. Stop talking crazy and just get another Camaro. Pete the Builder. I feel you, bro. I know. Greg, thank you for watching, brother. Appreciate your support, man. Thank you for everything. You're in NorCal. Wish I could drive with y'all. Yeah, you'll have to make the trip. Maybe when I get the next car. Jeremy Monroe, what up, brother? How's it going? SoCal canyons are so fast, sweepy compared to NorCal tighter roads. Pretty intimidating. It depends on the canyon run. It depends on the canyon. There's some tight stuff up in NorCal too, and SoCal definitely has. This is where like 1LE territory is. People talk about the tail of the dragon and that other state, and that's cool. But like they tuned the Miata. They tuned the Miata on our canyons on Little T. So that's how good these roads are. Car and Driver, you watch all their videos, a good amount of those are on Angeles Crest Highway and the side highways of that. If you watch the other dude, oh gosh, I'm horrible. Matt Farah or something like that. That dude, we saw him. Actually, we met him up in Azusa Canyon. We were like on like the random day. The Smoking Tire, thanks, LS. The Smoking Tire, we met him while he was testing out the Porsche, the big old SUV red thing he has. If you go watch his video, you'll see us in the background. And I mean, everybody uses these roads to test cars. Auto manufacturers are out here testing their cars on these roads. Rivian is right up the street. They're not a performance vehicle. I get it, but I see these vehicles driving around. They're testing them out here. And in the canyons, I've seen a lot of weird things and a lot of new cars that you typically wouldn't see yet, but they're testing. So yeah, SoCal Canyons is it's unlike anywhere else in the world. And just be careful. Just be careful, because you could lose it all. A lot of people die there all the time, weekly. Yeah, a lot. Selling the 1LE private or dealer. I'm going to take one more question. Selling the 1LE private or dealer. I technically did dealer, and I'm going to put out my next video on that. About if you guys want to do this, how you can do it and how you can make your most profit off doing this, and what I suggest with my learning experience, and kind of some tricky things that you'll have to take in consideration, legalities and stuff like that. So I'll get to that, but yeah, it was technically a trade at that point. And one last thing I want to comment before. A lot of you guys said on my last video, you should get a lawyer involved with GM for the whole clutch issue. And I don't really want to get into this, but I want to say that I did explore that option. And after exploring it, I left it on the table and decided to just do the easiest thing. I build up stress and I can't deal with stuff like that. But I missed the hell out of my car, and those 1LEs are gifts, man. So if you see him on the road, give the dude a thumbs up, man. Let him know that he's driving a kick-ass car, because I really miss it. I miss it. I haven't missed a car like this. Not like this. I mean, my GT Track Pack I missed. The 1LE Camaro, I feel like I lost like my entity, and that's totally lame. But that's how it goes, bro. So yeah. Zudi, take it easy, brother. You're getting pizza. Pet the dog for me. Totally will do. Matter of fact, Kona, you want to say, where's my dog, dude? Before we peace. Kona, come here. You want a treat? Come here. Treat. This dude don't even want a treat. Yeah, Q, I don't know why you sold your 1LE, dude. When you sold your 1LE, I tripped balls. I was like, why is this guy selling his 1LE? I get it, bro. You want the 2SS 1LE. I get it, bro. Hang on, let me get Kona. Come here. Come here, you big old guy. All right, guys, before I peace out, here he is. Oh, man, he's like 55 pounds now. Look at him. He's gotten big, and he's been great. You guys all saw him. Welcome on the channel. But, yeah, Kona's doing good. He actually fits in the Camaro pretty decently. I figured if I get a Camaro, he could stick his head out or something. But Kona's been a baby about everything. And, yeah, LS1, this is the dog that hits people in the nuts. He will jump up and hit you in the nuts. So if you ever see me with him, protect your nutsack, because he's going for it. Oh, come here, little guy. All right, guys. I appreciate every one of you for watching, sticking through. This has been an hour. I've maintained over 30 viewers the entire time. Super appreciative of you guys and all of your guys' supports, cool comments, and just sticking with me and, you know, making me feel relevant in the car community for, you know, trying to give you guys this information that I kind of lived through. So thank you so much, guys. Peace out, Paravano. Peace out, Q. Check out Q the Chaotic. Check out his channel. I've been watching this guy for a while. We're kind of like bros. We talk back and forth. Peace out, LS1. Thank you guys for everything. I love you guys. I really do. I hope to bring you some news soon that you guys are really going to enjoy. And I don't know. I hope everything goes good for you guys in the future. The world's a crazy ass place, but you know, it's a new year, so let's do new shit. And let's not talk about new year, new me. Let's just do it, okay? Let's not talk about it. Let's just do it. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Keep it real and peace, ESS. Geese, thank you for watching, man. I love you guys. Seriously, you're all homies. Peace out, guys.